There was a fellow boxer at the weekend, and we had a massive show coming in the middle of the night. We had Antonio Tarver on it, we had Winky Wright on it, but there was a young kid on it, a young unbeaten kid. He's the kind of kid that doesn't really get a lot of doesn't get a lot of publicity, not necessarily doesn't get the respect, but I have a feeling he's kind of just about to fall through the cracks, if you sort of, nicest possible way. Anyway, he managed to defend his WBA title. His name's Austin Trout, and I spoke to him earlier on, and the first thing I asked him was, actually, what's happening now? Because there's a possibility he's going to get the Saul Alvarez fight.
Well, I would love to get another belt. I'm eyeing that WBC title held by Saul Alvarez. I'm also looking at the IBF title that's held by Cornelius Bunce. So, first and foremost, I would like to get another belt to try to be undefeated champion.
Now, Bunce has got a fight coming up with the ex-champion Corey Spinks. Alvarez obviously was meant to fight Paul Williams, and now there's talk of him fighting Kirkland. But I hear Kirkland has made this ridiculous $2.5 million demand. So you could still be in with a chance of fighting Alvarez Canelo in September.
That would be wonderful. That'd be a dream come true right there.
Well, when you look at Alvarez, he gets a lot of publicity. And I know he's only young, and he's had a lot of fights. But when you look at him, Austin, do you see a fighter that you could beat?
Oh, definitely. I definitely see a fighter I could beat. I mean, I'm not saying it would be easy, because I believe I was a good fighter. But I think I have the tools that can beat him.
Do you think that on Saturday it was a bit of a sort of screen test? And let me ask you this, and I know you're an honest kid. Do you think you could have maybe put a bit more pressure on to maybe raise the stakes on your claim for a fight against Alvarez?
I definitely do. To be honest, I would give myself above mediocre rating. I should have pressed it more. The guy was a bit awkward, and I really couldn't let my hands go. I felt it was just a bad day, an off day. But the best of Austin Trout was not represented on Saturday. And I just want to thank God for the victory and for the win. And we're going back to the lab to make sure that next time we're able to pull the trigger, regardless who's in front of us.
Did you feel maybe going into the ring, Austin, that there was a little bit of pressure on you to perform? Because we're only human beings, and you knew there was a potential of a really big fight in September. Do you feel that maybe that was in your head somewhere?
Maybe so. I was trying not to even think about Canelo. My whole focus was to be on Delvin. And honestly, Delvin didn't do anything that we prepared for. We thought he was going to come and, bring a good fight, with, letting his hands go and things like that. But, no, I'm not making any excuses. I didn't perform to my best. I couldn't really tell you why. Maybe it was the pressure, maybe not. But I do know, come September 15th, if I do get the job, I will perform to the best of my ability, come hell or high water.
Listen, I believe so, because it looked to me like there was a lot more to come from you from watching that fight on Saturday night here on Box Nation. Have you been given any indication when you might hear about the Canelo fight? I know that Kirkland's been given some kind of deadline, but have you been even given a slight inkling about when you might hear?
Well, we're hearing about, the next... I'm guessing any day. Me and my team are expecting to hear from Canelo's team, any day now. They have to set up this pay-per-view thing, which takes time in itself. So, I think they got to hurry up. They want to keep the September 15th date.
Now, where you are in New Mexico, where are you near? I mean, I've been in New Mexico to a couple of cities, and I can't place where you are. I mean, is it a big area, or are you like literally the only man in the gym?
It's just a big area. I live in a city that's about, maybe 9,000 people on a big day. It's Las Cruces, New Mexico. It's actually only about 30, 40 miles from the Juarez border.
Yeah, I've been in Juarez. I spent the New Year in Juarez many years ago. I'm not sure if I'd like to go there now. And I've been through Las Cruces, but the car was travelling fast. It's a nice place.
Yeah, blink a little. If you blink too long, you'll miss it.
Yeah, listen, Austin, it's been a pleasure talking to you, and hopefully when you get the good news, we'll get you back on Box Nation.
Hey, sounds good. Thanks for having me. It's always a pleasure.
Austin Trout talking to me earlier. I think he's a better fighter than he looked the other night. I think he's possibly a fairly hard fighter to beat convincingly. But is he big enough for Alvarez? Is he big enough to be a HBO headliner, let alone a pay-per-view? Let me know. It's my tweet is @BigDaddyBunce. Can Trout fight Canelo? You can let me know. I've got a couple